Okay, so this is our topic, frontal depressions. So at the end of the session, the student should be able to explain the formation and development of frontal depressions. We'll do that next week. Identify frontal depressions on the weather chart. Describe the warning signs upon approaching frontal depression as experienced at sea. And then describe the associated weather conditions on the frontal depression in different stages. Okay, so what is depression? So there is a picture here, or what do you call this one?
GIF po, sir.
Yun, GIF, no? So this is a GIF. Which is, as you can see, ano, yung ikot, this is in the northern hemisphere. Probably, di ba? Because it seems that the wind is going counterclockwise. So do you remember? Anyway, if you do not remember, I will show you how to remember. Kasi ako, hindi ko pa na-review itong ating subject, pero I remember na yung ang ikot niya is counterclockwise because of what I have learned in a review center, no? Yung review center ko kasi noon yung SBR. They are teaching also some theories, no? Kaya mas maganda yung ganung klaseng review center. Kasi ang review center ngayon is concentrated on the answering the questions in yung computerized, no? Computerized exam. Hindi na katulad namin nung araw na although meron namang review center noon na concentrated din sa ganon, sa pagsagot lang. Pero yung SBR, that's why I took my review from that review center kasi yung nga, yung may matutunan ka, no? You can recall what you have learned in college. At saka kung zero knowledge ka, yun ang pinakamagandang review center kasi marami kang matutunan. Okay, a depression or low pressure system is a place in the atmosphere where air rises in a spiral. Katulad nito, umiikot, no? Spiral. As it does so, it drags in air from the surroundings. A depression can also be formed as a result of surface heating, interaction between air masses, or the movement of air mass over a mountain range. So, pwede rin daw yung movement of an air mass over a mountain range. So, I believe this is what is happening in near Mexico. No? Meron doon yung laging merong tumutubo na low pressure. Probably, I'm not sure, no? I remember only na laging meron doon, ano? Okay, so what is depression? Depression is a weather term meaning an area of low pressure, wind, cloud, and usually rain. So, weather under low pressure, what kind of weather does low pressure create? So, ganito, no? Meron siyang unstable conditions that bring changeable weather. Okay, so this is the direction of the warm air. As it rises, the air is cooled. And then as the air is cooled, water in it condenses forming clouds. And then, of course, it will also become rain. Okay, so this is a low pressure. And this is in the northern hemisphere. No? So, paano mo ma-determine that, paano mo maalala na this is in the northern hemisphere? Do you remember anyone?
Depende po kung nasang region yung country po na pinanggagalingan ng low pressure, sir.
Hindi kasi ang ating low pressure, if you are in the northern hemisphere, your low
Sa
pressure
ikot po.
sa ikot ng wind, di ba? This is counterclockwise.
Yes po.
No, di ba? And going inside. Tapos yung high pressure is clockwise and
Counterclock.
going outside, di ba?
Opo, sir.
Oh, okay. So kaya lang kung matagal mong hindi na ano yan, hindi mo maalala yan, no? Hindi mo maalala which is which. Saan ba papunta yan? Katulad nga yung sabi ko sa inyo, may nakita ko sa YouTube. Tinuturo niya, tama naman yung kanyang definition, pero yung kanyang hangin is baliktad, no? Northern hemisphere siya, tapos low pressure, tapos yung hangin niya, papalabas na gano'n, no? So, I do not know, no, kung bakit. Kasi nga, through the years, makalimutan mo yan, no? Pero kailan ba ako nag-review doon sa, ano, that was 2000, no? Kasi matandaan ako, naging nakakuha ng license, no? Nagbulakbol kasi ako. Although, when I was in Piatti, I was top of my class, no? Hindi pagmamayabang yan, no? That is the truth. Kaya nga, pag nakikita ko ng mga kasama ko, mga classmate ko noon, when I was third mate, mga chiefmate na sila, no? Pag nakikita nila ako, kala nila master na ako. So, hindi gano'n, no? Hindi pa unahan, no? Depende sa tao, no? So, nagbulak-bulak ako. Medyo napasarap sa pagkabinata. No? Kaya, that's why, ang aking license is, I started 1993, ang license ko 2000, no? Tagal, no? Samantalang pagbaba namin, yung kasama kong cadet, nag-exam na siya, so license na siya kaagad. Ako hindi, no? So depende yan sa tao. It's not luck, it's yung tao dito, yung kumbaga kasalanan ko yun, no? Okay, so ganito ang natutunan namin sa review center. Okay, so yung low pressure, ganito ang ikot niya, no? Ay, wait. Control P pala. Okay, so yung low pressure, ganito ang ikot niya. Okay, so gano'n, ano? So going to the center, yan yung hangin mo, papasok, no? Papasok, that is yung low pressure. Dito sa Northern Hemisphere, ha? We are in the Northern Hemisphere, kasi Northern Hemisphere din to, eh. Nako po. Hindi pa naman makuha ng control, ano. So yan, yung hangin mo, no? Papasok doon. That is yung low pressure, no? Tapos yung high pressure naman, galing ka ng gitna, palabas naman. Baliktad, ah. Kasi yung dapat yung low pressure ang magkakalapit, ano, ang isobars. Pero hindi pala, example lang naman to, no? So papalabas naman yung hangin ng, naku, unstable ako. High pressure. Kasi pag naalam mo to, hindi mo na makakalimutan. Kung makalimutan mo man, i-drawing mo lang sa iyong sarili, di ba? Okay, so paano? Siyempre, kung doon sa Southern Hemisphere ka, ano naman yon, baliktad naman siya, no? That is clockwise naman. Clockwise sa low pressure. Okay, never mind yun. Delete ako ng delete, eh. So, this is your low pressure. And this is your high pressure. Tapos, counterclockwise naman yung high. Pagkabaliktad sila. Dito sa Northern Hemisphere, ay, sorry doon, ah. Kaya, ano. Okay, so papalabas, no? Papalabas na counterclockwise. Okay. Napindot pa. So, this is in the Southern Hemisphere. Itong nasa taas, this is in the Northern Hemisphere. This is your low pressure, no? So, pero paano mo matandaan? Yung nga sabi ko, tandaan mo lang itong nauna. Pag natandaan mo yung mauna, siyempre yung sa Southern Hemisphere, that is yung kabaligtaran niya, di ba? Magkabaliktad sila. Kung dito, this is counterclockwise. So, pagdating doon sa Southern Hemisphere, magiging clockwise siya. Tapos yung high pressure, which is clockwise, pagdating sa Southern Hemisphere, it is counterclockwise. Kaya lang, pag nagtagal, matandaan mo kaya. So, how are you going to recall? Yeah? Kaya nga tinuro sa review center eh. That's why, para mas madali, no? Okay, so sinong nakakita ng technique?
69 Northern, ganun, sir.
69 Northern, no? So just remember the word, the number pala, no? Just remember the number 69, no? Galing yan sa review center, not from me. Not from my mind, no? That is from the review center talaga. Okay, so yun, just remember this number 6 and 9. Okay, so yun na, tandaan nyo yung 69, that is yung papasok nga yung 6, di ba? Pag ganun pag-guhit ng 6. And then yung 9 naman, syempre palabas. So by using that, then kahit na magtagal ilang taon pa from now, pagka if you want to remember paano na ikot nito, 69 lang yun, di ba? Okay, so let's go to the next. Okay, a region of low pressure at the surface. So the pressure gradually rises as you move away from the center. So yung low, kaya tinawag na low pressure, that is the lowest, that area is the lowest or has the lowest pressure, no? Itong mga isobars, this is called isobars. Habang papalayo ka doon sa center of the low pressure, tumataas din yung pressure, no? Okay, so air in the upper troposphere can be caused to change direction and speed, sometimes leaving a gap or void behind it, which is filled by air rising up from the surface. The outflow of air from the high pressure area is known as divergence. So nakita nyo dito, no? Outflow. Ibig sabihin palabas, di ba? From the high pressure area is known as divergence. So very easy to memorize. Paano mo malaman na outflow? Kasi nga because of that 69, no? Yung 9 pag ginuhit mo palabas, no? So that is yung that is how we remember that. Okay, and then while the inflow of air to the area of low pressure, so inflow naman, papasok siya, no? Inflow is called convergence. Okay, by the way, troposphere, alam niyo naman yan, ano? Troposphere?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes
so
po, sir.
Yes, sir.
okay, so troposphere, that is the lowest layer of our atmosphere, as I remember, no? So correct me if I'm wrong kasi I'm not prepared for this one. I remember only this from high school. Okay, so what is depression? Okay, as you can see here, number 1, movement of air in the upper atmosphere. This is divergence. Can create a void which causes a flow of air from the surface. So here in number 2, the rising air reduces the pressure at the surface. The pressure will continue to drop until divergence of air aloft is matched by the flow of surface air into the depression, which is called convergence. So the movement of air in the upper atmosphere, yung nga nagkikreate ng void, which is let's say space, no? And then yung air dito sa baba will also fill that void and thus creating or reducing the pressure at the surface hanggang sa mabuo niya yung low pressure. Ano? Okay, so depression, air flows from high pressure to low pressure, and because of the rotation of the earth, Coriolis effect, the strength and direction of the airflow depends on the pressure gradient, location, and hemisphere. So, alam niyo naman yung Coriolis effect, di ba? Okay, pero yung Coriolis effect, this is the effect of the rotation of the earth on any moving object that is not attached to the ground. Katulad ng hangin, ano? That's why yung hangin is deflected because of this Coriolis effect. So in the northern hemisphere, winds circulate around the depression in an anti-clockwise direction. And in the southern hemisphere, winds circulate around the depression in a clockwise direction. So that is the effect of Coriolis effect. So for further explanation, we can check that in YouTube also. Ano? Kung there are some explanation there of Coriolis effect. Okay, so it will affect the strength and direction of the airflow. Okay, so in the northern hemisphere, so that is the circulation of the low pressure, which is very easy to remember because of yung ating guide number 6 and 9, di ba? Basta yun ang ating guide and hanggang pagtanda hindi nyo makalimutan yun, ano? Because in my review, that was year 2000 pa. So naalala ko pa, ano? Okay, in the southern hemisphere, siyempre kabaligtaran, which is clockwise in the low pressure and the counterclockwise in the high pressure. Okay, the boundary between two air masses is often distorted by warmer air bulging into the colder air, with the bulge moving along like a wave. The leading edge of the wave is known as a warm front, while the trailing edge is called a cold front. The cold front usually moves across the surface faster than the warm front. The pressure near the top of the wave falls sharply and a depression forms. So nakita nyo, this is, can you see this? Tropical maritime air mass. Medyo malabo siya eh. No?
Kita po.
Kita naman. Okay, so this is the tropical maritime air mass. And then, dito naman sa taas yung polar maritime air mass. Kung napanood nyo yung video, di ba? Sabi niya, pag nagsalubong yung dalawang air mass, then there is a front or a frontal depression pala will be formed. So this is the warm front and then this is the cold front. So mas mabilis yung cold front maabutan niya, no? Once na naabutan niya, it will become occluded. Okay, so this is another, no? So do you remember these symbols, no? Warm front, cold front. Tapos pag naghalo yung dalawa, so pag occluded, no? Pero normally ano sa it is not always colored, no? Minsan black. Kaya mas maganda na at least alam nyo na pag naghalo sila, that is occluded kasi minsan black lang yan, especially in yung weather facsimile, no? Black yun kasi thermal paper lang yon, so black and white lang yon. Okay, so nandito yung warm air and then this is precipitation, may ulan dyan, and then ito naman yung cold air. Okay, a frontal depression is a low pressure area formed at the boundary between two different air masses. It occurs in the middle or higher latitudes. Series of the following one after the other is known as family of frontal depressions. The formation of a frontal depression is called frontogenesis. So those are the terms to remember, no? Although on board the vessel, you will not be able to hear that, no? Depression palagi. Pero yung frontogenesis, that is only in your studies. Okay, the warm air must travel faster than the cold air, or both must travel in opposite directions. The front depression starts a small bulge of warm air in the cold air. The bulge then increases in size, and the isobars in the cold air begin to bend accordingly. So isobar, this is yung iso, di ba, equal. This is equal barometric pressure in, kumbaga yung bilog, or not necessarily na circle, ah. So there are equal barometric pressure in that isobar. Okay, since the density of warm air is less than that of the cold air, the bulge is an area of low pressure surrounded by area of high pressure on three sides. The bent isobars take close shapes and the wind blows spirally inward anti-clockwise or counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. The isobars inside the bulge remain straight and roughly parallel to the original boundary between the two air masses. On crossing the front, the isobars change direction by 90 degrees. Because of this, when a front passes over a place, the wind suddenly veers by 90 degrees in the northern and backs by 90 degrees in the southern hemisphere. So, yung wind will veer, no? 90 degrees. Malaki-laki rin, ano? Ang kanyang pagpapalit ng hangin, ano? The entire system will move in the same direction as the warm air mass and with approximately the same speed as the warm air mass. Okay, so this is a weather chart. As you can see, the center of the low pressure, that is the lowest barometric pressure. You know? And then these are isobars. Pag magkakadikit ang isobar, ibig sabihin malakas na. And mababa yung low pressure. And then the isobars, while you are moving away from the center, it is also increasing, no? Kaya this one is 956, the next one is 960, 964, 968, 968, and so on, no? Okay, so nakita nyo dito, this is the warm front, this is the cold front, and then ito na dito na yung occluded front, no? And then if you notice yung high pressure, doon sa middle of yung center of the high pressure, that is the highest. And then while you are moving away from the high pressure, the pressure is also decreasing. So magkabaliktad sila. Okay, so this is another weather chart, no? Which is the same with the weather facsimile. Kaso yung weather facsimile is black in color kasi nga this is yung thermal paper. Parang sinusunog lang siya habang nagpi-print, ano? Automatically it will create this chart or this map. But this one you can download also from the internet, yung station mismo, no? For example, kung Point Reyes, then go to the station of Point Reyes, that is in America. Kung sa Japan naman, the popular station is JMH. So punta ka rin doon, no? Last semester nagturo ako, so I told them how to get a weather map from that station, ano? And the advantage, if you are going to get it, download it from the station, is you can get also a colored map. So meron silang black and white, meron din silang colored, ano. And as I told you before na naikwento ko yata, no, 'di ba, na nag-observe kami yung Japan is more accurate than the US, no. Okay, so this is also a strong one, 956, kasi pagbaba nitong low pressure, paglakas din ng effect ng pagsama ng panahon, ano. And this is in if you notice this map, this is in UK, di ba? Yan. UK, this is Bay of Biscay. Nandito yung Bay of Biscay, no? Na tinatawag na libingan ng mga barko. And then this is Portugal and Spain. So this is the Mediterranean, papasok dito, ano? And then kung akyat tayo doon, this is the Baltic Sea. Okay, so nakita nyo dito, talagang laging meron, ano? You will encounter a lot of low pressure there, especially November and even December, no? So sayang hindi mo makipakita yung sa atin. So maybe later or maybe next meeting I can show you dito sa atin, because meron naman tayong ano dito sa merong history of low pressure, no? Kasi yung low pressure, kung December, hindi siya masyadong tumatawid dito sa Pilipinas, ano? Pag mataas siya, pupunta siya, gigilid lang siya sa atin, and then babalik siya sa Japan, and then the low pressure will go back to Alaska, no? Kasi doon sa Alaska, ang tawag doon is boreal of lows. Palaging nagdi-dissipate ang low pressure doon. Okay, so dito na at point A, there are 5 points, A, B, C, D, and E. So, this is your warm front. And then dito naman yung cold front. So, meron siyang broken line, ano, so that it will so that we can determine from the figure here. And then at point A, well before the warm front, atmospheric pressure falls steadily. So dito sa point A, no? And then wind direction is steady and wind force is increasing. And then the temperature is slowly rising. So these are the descriptions, no, at point A. There is a continuous heavy rain or snow. And visibility is good except during showers. Okay, so we'll go to the point B. Okay, so point B, just before the warm front again. Atmospheric pressure stops falling and becomes steady. And then wind suddenly veers by 90 degrees and backs in southern hemisphere. So magkabaliktad sila, veering in the northern, backing in the southern hemisphere. So 90 degrees, no? So malaki ang ipagbabago ng hangin, you know? Okay, wind force becomes steady. Temperature suddenly rises quickly, and then precipitation stops, but mist or fog is present because of which visibility is poor. So anyway, naintindihan nyo naman yung fog, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Fog. How about mist? Misty. Yung parang may hamog,
Yes, sir.
no? Na parang
Yes, sir.
ano tawag dito, para siyang ambon, pero hindi naman siya ambon dahil kahit magtagal ka doon, hindi ka masyadong mabasa, no? Okay. So ano bang Tagalog ng fog? Tandaan nyo ba? Nakalimutan ko na eh. Kasi taglis na tayo ngayon eh, kaya hindi na rin natin na
Hamog,
natandaan.
sir.
Hindi, hamog is mist or dew, di ba?
Okay po.
Pero yung fog, iba, may Tagalog yun eh. Okay, di ba
Ulop,
mamaya
sir, ulop.
ulop ba? Okay, so ulop, no? Pero tanungin ko yung aking bunso.
Malamig na usok, sir.
Okay, so anyway, mas naintindihan natin yung fog, so let's use that term, no? Okay, we go to point C. So at point C, after the warm front, before the cold front. Okay, atmospheric pressure is constant. Wind direction, wind force, and temperature are all steady. And the sky is cloudy, there is drizzle, fog, or mist, because of which visibility is poor. So ano yung drizzle? Ano naman yung drizzle?
Hindi ka po parang ulan po or ambon.
Okay, so
Ambon,
ambon yun. Kasi kung sabi mong ulan, rain yun, di ba? So, kasi this is also important term, no, for you to know. Kasi maraming nagkakamali doon sa barko na officers. Even senior officers, no? Minsan nagkakamali sila minsan yung ulan, i-consider nila as drizzle, no? So, nakakatawa, pero ganun ang intindi nila eh. Pero paminsan-minsan lang naman yun. Hindi naman, karamihan naman ay alam. Okay, so tandaan nyo, drizzle, no? Okay, so at point D, okay, so at point D, at the cold front mismo, and just after the cold front passes. And then, so here, atmospheric pressure suddenly rises. And then wind suddenly veers about 90 degrees and then backs in the southern hemisphere. Wind force is significantly high, giving rise to squalls. So squalls, na-encounter nyo na yung squalls?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there is a movie about squall, no? So, can you explain? Sino yung sumagot?
Sir, ang squall po is yung malakas na hangin po, yung violent gust of wind, may kaakibat po na storm.
Yun, di ba? Tama. Yeah, you defined it very well, no? Okay, so bigla na lang sasama yung panahon, ano? At kasi mayroong malakas na hangin, tapos may kaakibat na yung parang stormy weather, no? But ano yun, biglaan lang yun, ano? Hindi yun hindi mo nabantayan yun. Unlike the low pressure na nakita mo, na bantayan mo siya, nabantayan mo sa formation niya because of the weather forecast. Pero yung squall, biglaan lang, no? So, yun ang ma-experience nyo rin yan. Bigla-biglaan na lang, oh. Okay, so the temperature suddenly falls. There is heavy rain, thunder, and lightning. And then visibility is poor due to rain squalls. And then at point E, well, after the cold front passes, atmospheric pressure rises slowly. Wind direction becomes steady again. Wind force gradually decreases and temperature becomes steady. And then there are occasional showers during which the visibility is poor. Otherwise, visibility is very good. So, patapos na siya, no? Pag nakadaan na siya, gumaganda na yung panahon. Although hindi naman maiwasan ang ulan, no? Kahit naman saan bahagi. Okay, frontolysis. So this is the decay or weakening and final dissipation of a frontal depression. So kahit anong low, no? Pagka yung nag-weaken na siya, that is dissipating already, ano? Mawawala na siya, no? As you can observe here, so dito medyo malalayo na yung kanyang isobars, no? Tapos mangilan-ilan na lang. And then, after a few hours or day, depende no, kung gaano siya kabilis mawala. Pero let's say a few hours only, ay ito na lang siya. No? And then after a few hours, ito na lang siya. And then another few hours, wala na. Makita mo dun sa weather chart, D. Nakalagay D. Ibig sabihin, dissipating or dissipated. So, you can see this in any part of the ocean. Ano? But this is commonly seen in Alaska, the Gulf of Alaska. So, that is near Canada, no? Gulf of Alaska, but near Canada. So, makita mo doon, maraming ganyan nawawala, no? Kasi ang tawag doon sa Gulf of Alaska, that is the burial of lows. Libingan ng mga low, ano? Low pressure, libingan ng low pressure kasi doon madalas nawawala, ano? Okay, the first step is the formation of occlusions. The cold air in front of and behind the warm sector of a frontal depression soon manages to undercut the warm air and lift it completely above the sea level. The depression is then said to be occluded. Kung pinanood nyo yung video, no? Kasi hindi ko kayo pinipersang panoorin yon, but our activity later, persado nyong panoorin yon, ano? Kasi yung sagot nyo, you cannot research that from the internet because I will use yung Turnitin. So I will use the Turnitin. Makikita ng Turnitin kung yung iyong sagot ay kinapi mo sa naunang estudyante. No? So kaya kung nagkopya ka, sakali, si Miss, kinopya mo yung kay Mr. Unahan mo siya pag-submit. Para siya ngayon ang nangopya sa'yo. No? Sasabihin ng Turnitin na siya ang nangopya sa'yo, hindi ikaw. Kasi nauna ka nag-submit eh. Ikaw na ngayon ang basis. Okay, so ganun nga na yung Turnitin. That's why it's better if you will make a reflective essay, kahit mali-mali yung grammar mo, konti lang ang bawas nun, yung mali-mali ang grammar. Ang importante doon, original yung gamit mo. Kasi pag original yan, mag-uumpisa ako ng 95, pababa ang grade, no? Pero pag kayo ay sa Turnitin, let's say sa Turnitin ay 40% ng kinuha mo sa internet, mag-umpisa ako niyan 70 pababa. No? So mamili ka, no? It's better for you to practice your own, hindi yung katamaran, ano? Ito na lang, mas maganda to, no? Dati 'yon, pero ngayon may Turnitin na tayo. You cannot do that, no? Although meron pa rin gumagawa, may grade pa rin naman. Hindi ko naman sinisiro 'yon, no? Pero kaya nga, advice ko, kahit mali-mali yung grammar mo, make your own. Kasi ang aking reflective essay is kung ano yung natutunan mo doon sa video. O, di pakinggan mo lang kung ano lang doon yung sinasabi doon, di yun din nasabihin mo. Di ba, napakadali? Ba't ka magre-research pa sa internet? Mamaya mali pa yung sinasabi mo doon, ano? Okay, so sana ako. So, frontolysis, the first step is the formation of occlusions. The cold air in front of and behind the warm sector of a frontal depression soon manages to undercut the warm air and lift it completely above the sea level. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina, no? Yung in-explain yun dun sa video, no? The depression is then said to be occluded. If after the passage of an occlusion, the air temperature is lower than before, then the occlusion is said to be cold occlusion. Ibig sabihin, mas makapal yung mas makapal talaga ang density ng cold air. Pero mas makapal din yung mismong air mass, ano? Kaya nalamangan niya yung warm, kaya that is said to be cold occlusion. Pero if after the passage of an occlusion, the air temperature is higher than before, mas mataas yung temperature kasi oo nga, naiangat niya pero masyadong makapal yung warm air mass, kaya lumamang pa rin yung higher temperature. Kaya the occlusion is said to be a warm occlusion. Okay, on the passage of an occlusion, the wind veers more for cold occlusions than for warm, that is backing in the southern hemisphere. And weather associated with warm and cold occlusions is similar to that of warm and cold front, but just milder. So, ibig sabihin, dun sa occluded front, the weather associated there is probably milder, no? Mas magaan-gaan ng konti ang effect. Okay, so within a few days of the occlusion, the frontal depression fills up and is no longer visible on the weather map. Okay, so that is the end of our lesson and I will end this meeting. So thank you for listening. Stay safe.